Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. Like always, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, become a Patreon. Go to SymCast podcast /patreon.com. Go ahead and join the community. Shout out my number one patron, Mr. Junior Flash. Thank you for becoming a member. Guys, make sure you join the community. I have different tiers over there, some rewards for you guys. Also, I give you a shout out too when I go live and when I'm doing my videos as well. Today's video of Chef Talk and Reviews, I will be reviewing Superman and Lois Season 3, Episode 4, titled Too Close for Home. If you guys are not caught up with the episode, spoilers ahead. So let's get into it. All right, we see the episode, pretty much a continuation from the last episode. We see the Cushings. Sarah's still dealing with the fallout, what happened with her and her mom, Lois, Lana, where she slapped her because she was upset of what Sarah was saying to her about her father. So we see that they still kind of dealing with that aftermath of that. We see her telling her father what happened. So he pretty much wanted to fix it, try to get these guys together, and kind of figure out what's happening with these guys. But the episode kind of starts. We see, like always, when Superman and Lois begins, we get this movie quality of these VFX and these scenes that we have when he's saving somebody. So it's like he's saving somebody from a fire or stopping a fire, basically, with him and his son. And I think he had to go off, and then the son had to help save. So get this cool scene. I'm always excited to see Superman and Lois. Me myself, I'm a fan of Superman. So like anything Superman, I love. And Superman and Lois, like every week, pretty much every season, they just been getting it right. I love it. I love Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. He does an amazing job. Also, the actress that plays Lois, she just top notch. She got it down packed. She got that character down to a T, and I love it. So hopefully, this is not their final season, and that we still get to see more of this of Superman and Lois. And if they actually does move on, hopefully they go on to HBO Max or whatever that streaming network that Warner Discovery got going on. So hopefully this not be the last of these characters. But we see that Clark had to tell John pretty much that they talked to his sister and got his sister involved, and pretty much that Lois still has been trying to investigate and find out about Bruno Mannheim, because we all know that they showed that he was responsible for this or that Earth's John's death. So like what Diggle was telling him in the last season. So they kind of connected the dots with that. They let him in on it. So he had to go meet his sister, which is not his sister because he's from another Earth. So this is this Earth's John's sister. So we see the scenes them together. It was kind of hard for his sister to pretty much accept that he is alive and that he's another version of her brother. So it was kind of hard for her. So we see that they had that moment, but it just didn't work out right away. We see the scene with Jonathan. He goes to see his girlfriend, sees her father there. Father ends up punching him for calling him a liar and basically not owning up to what he did to his truck. So we see that scene. We see that pretty much the bruise he had from the trailer. So, and then on top of that, with their mom, with Lois dealing with her cancer, Clark just got everybody on, kind of let mom be, let her take a break. It's Lois. She's always been a strong person, so she's always doing things. So he's just trying to give her a break, and trying to not stress her out with these things. But as we see later on, we get that moment with her and Clark, basically letting him know that that just because she has cancer, it doesn't stop anything. She's still who she is. She can't take Lois. You can't take Lois away. Basically, she's still going to be Lois regardless of what's going on with her. And pretty much they had to accept that. So John tells her what happened. We see her and the boys go to the father and find out, or basically let him know, you can't do that to my son. We had that moment where he kind of he threatened them. He pulled out a gun and pretty much threatened these guys. So it's kind of messed up. Then we cut to seeing Bruno Mannheim, uh, with John kind of investigating and kind of piecing the puzzles together. He get caught up in it where Bruno asks to meet with him, so he meets him at his house. Uh, Bruno Mannheim pretty much just gives him the folder, like basically, I know what you've been doing. I know who you are. I know you might not be that John, but you still the same. So kind of tested him a little bit. We get that cool scene where he pretty much was like wasn't going to let him go, and we see that he basically Bruno's had his sister captive basically, kind of trying to manipulate him and kind of strong arm him to try to do and kind of help him out the same way that the other John did. Because as we saw in the other episodes, Inner Gang is like they had this tech, and it kind of stopped Superman, but the tech was made from some of the things that the other John put together from some of his tech. And that's how he figured it out anyways. From his suit, it was like the same thrusters. So, but then we see that big scene I love where John presses that button, he presses watch, jumps out the window, and that he had the suit put together, put all in on his body, and flew away to go save his sister. And like I said, VFX looked good to me. Usually sometimes in different lighting it kind of shows, but I think it was on point this time. And then after he saves the sister by stopping it with his fingerprints, pretty much because it's the same John, but just different version. They pretty much is the same people from different Earths. So he was able to stop it. And then he comes back to kind of confront Mannheim and kind of choke him up a little bit and let him know, well, listen, you can't do this to me. But you know how villains do. They always got their hands somewhere where he's trying to, basically he has his family at bay, that if anything happened, that he can touch his family or have them harmed or anything, and not just his daughter, but the extended family in New Orleans. So we see that he's going to be a problem. I liked it this Mannheim too because he kind of remind me of like a Lex Luthor s character. He had that villain. He had that. I'm trying to say like he kind of had that essence of a Lex Luthor, like almost from Smallville, like where he had the suit and he's pretty much not taking anything from nobody, and basically controlling everything. He has his hand in everything. And that's kind of like the Smallville's Lex Luthor. We see he was also business minded, but also he had his hand in a lot of things that was going on in Smallville that us viewers knew, but the people didn't know. And it's kind of like how this character is as well. So this actor, he's doing a good job. I'm wondering where Lex is because I thought Lex would have already showed up already, but I guess his reveal going to be a little later. Kind of excited to see how this actor and this new version of this Lex Luthor going to be. We got a chance to see a new version over on Titans, even though it was short-lived, but we got a chance to see another version. The last time we seen one was John Cryer's version on Supergirl, And then, we all know the Michael Rosenbaum Lex Luthor from Smallville, which is, in my opinion, is my favorite. He pretty much killed that character. But yeah. Then also, briefly, we see the scene with Jordan and General Lane. He pretty much showed him that while he's out here being a hero and saving the day, he's being exposed because he don't have a suit, no mask, no nothing, and then his hair is a distinctive hairstyle with that long curly hair. So grandfather was trying to you know treat him like a recruit and cut his hair. But then they kind of had some words where he told him that he wasn't that his grandfather wasn't a hero, despite the fact that he's a four-star general. But he said he wasn't a hero, which kind of hurt his feelings. Uh, but we get to see that moment later that where they came back together and after uh, after Lois and Clark kind of scolded Jordan about it and let him know that you can't disrespect your grandfather that way, or let alone talk to him that way. Especially when he has your best interest at heart, and he's doing nothing but looking out for you and trying to help you because he's right, just like his father, just like Clark. Before he had to be Superman, in order for him to continue to save people, he had to have a separate identity. So him as the Clark, or that ended up being his identity, the secret identity to Superman. So it's only natural for his son to have to do the same if he's going to be, you know, the next super son, basically. So he didn't get his hair cut, but grandfather, big reveal, spoiler, we got a brief glimpse of the Superboy suit, I believe. I think that's what the internet is saying, like he could be the new Superboy or something. His suit may look like that. I don't know. I just see the little hood, and then his grandfather gave him some war goggles or something that his father wore, flying in a plane in a war or in the army, basically. So that was cool that they had that little bonding moment, and he gave him that. So that's why I'm excited to see how his suit is going to actually look. You may see it in the next episode, but uh, if any reveals be online, or if I see anything, I'll make sure I update you guys. So just stay locked into my channel, and and make sure you hit that notification bell as well. So when I do go live and when I do post something, you guys won't miss out. So, and that kind of pretty much wrapped up this episode. Like I said, they wrapped up all the stories. We see the cushions. They finally, Sarah and Lana, they actually did have their moment and kind of apologized with each other. But we see Sarah kind of retracted her hand a little bit when her mom tried to, put her hand on her. But it's gonna take time sometimes for things to heal. You know, Sarah, she had things going on her own self too. So it's gonna take some time, some healing. So that was pretty cool of Kyle to kind of mend his family back together a little bit. So shout out to Kyle. Well, so thank you guys for tuning in to my chef talking reviews. If you guys are watching on playback, make sure you hit the like button. If you guys are listening on podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts at, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to that platform. Like I said, it helps my channel grow. I appreciate you guys. So until next time, peace.